Hey there, welcome to Empress Security Insights. I'm Maggie Dillon. Thank you so much for joining me. This is a presentation, maybe just a conversation or a discussion that needs to happen. And I love sharing some of the things that I witness in the industry. And I wanted to talk to some particular mindsets today that I really think this conversation is going to resonate with. And I want to talk about investors and that whole industry with startups, entrepreneurs, and getting investment, seeking funding, doing their raises, these types of things. I've attended a lot of panels, startup pitches, met with a lot of different levels of investors all across the world. And as I meet with them, it's interesting, the different types, the different personalities, obviously the different industries, different countries, different cultures, all of that. But if I see one big disconnect, it's resounding to me. And maybe this is the feminine in me coming out. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school. But I always think back to when I used to recruit doctors. And maybe you've resonated with this story where you've had a loved one or you yourself have gone to the doctor, you've been in the hospital, and you've had a doctor that you just really needed answers from, and they had horrible bedside manner. And it immediately made you want to shut down. Made you feel not heard, made you feel like you really couldn't connect with that professional. There was a lack of trust immediately, these types of things. Well, what about bedside manner in the investor world? So many times, entrepreneurs, business owners, investors are so maxed out with their time that they don't have time to focus on the little things. And these little tweaks can truly make a difference, make or break on a business deal. So what are we doing? How are we talking about it? How are we addressing it? I don't know. Maybe I'm making this video. Maybe I'll take that spread. But I wanted to just share some feedback as I move through a lot of these business meetings and meet more people. Thank you so much, by the way, if you're watching this. Thanks. And maybe that's why I call this channel Empress Security Insights. I'm providing my insights based off of a very wise position. I myself became an investor a few years back. And it has been a very interesting process over becoming an entrepreneur and, climbing the ranks, so to speak, whatever you want to say. But there's always a disconnect with reality versus expectation. And so I want to really talk about that. Two things that we got to take a look at here. There's more investors now, more than ever in the world, just as much as there's more startup companies now, more than ever in the world. So the competition, it's pretty tough. So when we're thinking about investors saying, oh, we have all these startup companies and we're listening to all of these pitches and whatnot. Hey, congratulations, but also that kind of makes your job a little bit harder, right? Same for startup companies. Oh my gosh, we're getting pounded on our doors by investors and they're wanting all of these requirements and all of these forms and all of this information. And it's almost just causing like a major disconnect. So what's an easy way that we correct that? How do you beat out your competition on either side? Bedside manner. What am I speaking to? I have attended many meetings where millionaires and billionaires get on the phone, and I am almost appalled for a few reasons. First impression is everything, right? Would you go on a date looking sloppy? No, hopefully not. I don't know. maybe that's just my methodology and how I was raised. But I've seen these people that have a huge purse showing up looking sloppy in very casual wear, hair not brushed, jet lagged, no makeup, like they don't even care about taking care of themselves. Meanwhile, they've got an entrepreneur on the other side of the table or the phone or the computer. And that person has worked for years just for this moment. They're dressed to the nines. They have gone over their presentation over and over and over again just for that pitch. They've worked their butt off, just as I'm sure more than likely the investor has at some point, because they used to be a business owner, right? Is there empathy? Is there mutual respect? Or have you gotten enough money to now you're just disconnected from the real world anymore? How do we fix just those things with basic bedside manner? Same with entrepreneurs. If you're a startup company, you can't be showing up looking like you just got off from a run out to the park, right? These are basic housekeeping items, yet I'm seeing them time and time again being thrown away like it doesn't matter. Now, on the flip side of that, dressing to the nines with your starched collars and your $1,000 suits or dresses or whatnot can be very intimidating for someone who is truly struggling just to keep their lights on in their company. Again, maybe it's about knowing your audience first, really building a relationship first. Not everybody likes to drink bourbon and smoke cigars or go do business deals on the golf course, right? So how do we propel these types of things in a way that's innovative? And when I say propel, I'm talking about relationship building, business development, expansion, business operations on new levels that maybe we haven't thought of, that get creative. And I also want to talk about investment in and of itself. Obviously, it's a whole numbers game. But what about investing in innovation? It's very defeating for so many companies across so many industries that don't have enough money to even get investment or to get a second glance because there's so many different requirements. What about the people that really are genius with their innovations? That right there has assets in many ways. And I feel that investors need to be more creative in their approaches. And I understand there's regulations and there's requirements and everybody has their portfolios. But if we talk about these things out loud and we get creative, obviously angel investors are a different topic, but if we're able to really kind of work through these things, I see Bedside Manor with the investment world becoming much more cleaned up and also more comfortable. Would you really trust someone that you don't feel comfortable in front of? How do we break those barriers? If this resonated with you, please let me know. I just wanted to spark the conversation and give some feedback that I've been seeing across the board. And as a female in this industry, it can be really interesting in a gentleman's club. I'm not here for gentlemen's or feminines or any of that stuff. I'm just here for the club. And by club, I mean club creativity, club trust, club integrity. I think that right there is enough to make me want to walk through the door, or at least wait in line to get through the door. So I don't know. Okay, I'm done with my cheesy analogies. That's all I get today for all of you. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe to both the YouTube channel and my newsletter. I appreciate all of your support. And as